When you look at the AI field today and you see all these announcements and breakthroughs, what excites you the most?
So with today's technology, delivering high quality education to everybody on earth, it's just the beginning, right? Even fairly simple AI tutoring tools have been shown to be very effective. So that can only get better if we figure out how to roll it out to the people who really need it, right? So there are hundreds of millions of people for whom education simply doesn't exist. It's out of reach, it's too expensive, it's too difficult for governments to organize, and that could really help. From the beginning of time, it's been a struggle for us to have enough for everyone to have a good standard of living. And now, perhaps we have a chance to get there. Imagine 200 years ago, right? And you decide, okay, I want to go to Australia. Right. Well, that would be, a 5 or 10 year project costing in modern terms probably billions of dollars. You have about an 80% chance of dying, right? Incredibly complicated. You would need hundreds, if not thousands of people to put together the ships, the expedition, to fit them out, to man them, and so on. Now, I take out my phone, tap, 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 tap. I'm in Australia tomorrow. Costs a bit, but compared to what it used to cost, nothing. So travel is now travel as a service, right? It's a utility, just like electricity and water. But there's still lots of stuff that is expensive, complicated, so construction projects, education, scientific research, and so on. But with human level AI, it's everything as a service. So everything takes on the characteristics that travel has today.
So in other words, what you're describing is, a bountiful economy. We will have access to services. We'll have access to things that otherwise are prohibitively costly today. I want to also just ask something about that. One of the things that you sometimes hear from AI researchers is the idea that AI systems could actually allow us to do better science and discover things, and maybe work on things like climate science or new materials discovery or other things. How much is that a real possibility that we could actually be able to do new kinds of science and new kinds of discoveries?
I think so. I think we already are. Computational chemistry is an example where people use AI systems, along with the ability to simulate the properties of materials or to simulate reactions and simulate the behavior of molecules, but actually to search for molecules that have a given property or materials that have given electron energy density or whatever it might be. So AI is starting to accelerate these processes dramatically. And similarly, in just doing the basic science research of finding out and putting together a complete picture of all of the molecular processes that occur in cells. Again, it gets beyond the capability of the human mind. It wasn't built for us to be able to understand it. It was built by a process of evolution that's produced something that's incredibly complicated. And every few years we discover, oh, there's an entire realm. I was just reading about small proteins the other day, right? An entire realm of things going on in the cell that we didn't even know. I think climate science is another problem where the totality of the picture, so you've got atmospheric specialists, you've got ocean people, you've got cloud people, you've got economists who look at migration and mitigation and so on. You've got the biosphere people who look at bacteria and processes of putrefaction and peat bogs and Siberian permafrost and all the rest of it. But does anyone have the whole picture in their mind? No, but AI systems could have the whole picture